Hi dear beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. This is your safe place. I'm Rosa. I hope you're all having such an amazing day. So I wish you all a very happy new year, and also our reading is going to be about this new year. So the topic of the reading is actually very precise, okay? Not predictions about or not a forecast about 2026, but messages from our higher self, okay? That is carrying the energies of 2026. I pre-shuffled the decks, okay? As I said, this is going to be a very brief, very precise reading. So before choosing your deck, I want you, like as always I do, to close your eyes, okay? And take some deep breaths with me, okay? No hurry, no rush. So, close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now don't open your eyes. Concentrate, okay, on your higher self. Ask them the question, what are you trying to tell me about the energies for me in 2026? Ask that question. Try to feel that question, okay? And when you feel like you are ready, you can open your eyes and choose the deck, whichever calls you the most, okay? You can pause the video, okay? So, I made myself a latte, so maybe you can get yourself a cup of tea or a coffee maybe. Get comfortable and cozy. So, you can choose your deck, and I'm also going to introduce you them. So, this is going to be pile number 1. I try to cover the name of the card, so don't feel like get affected by the name. This is going to be pile number 1. This is going to be pile number 2. This is going to be pile number 3, okay? If you feel like you are drawing more than one deck, then you can choose them, okay? This is not going to be like predictions. These are messages, okay? These are messages. So, pause the video, do the choosing process, and I'll see. Pile number 1, welcome back for your reading. So, you have chosen the pink fruit, realizing your dreams. When I was, preparing the decks, I felt like, yeah, there is going to be some really big shifts in this deck. Maybe finding your true purpose in this life, okay? Maybe you were already knowing them, but couldn't name them, couldn't find the courage to name them or say them out loud, okay? So, realizing your dreams, and the number is 31, so maybe for some of you this could be your age or any number. Don't have to be, okay? Doesn't have to be, but if you have. Come together with the number 8. We see trophies coming together. Narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Okay, and last but not the least, we have the Tower card. So, speaking of big shifts, okay, we have the Tower, and it says, get ready, things are about to get shaking up. But this is such a really, really beautiful card. Okay. Yeah. So, let me check the scene. Hopefully I checked the scene because the other decks were seen from them. Okay. So, let's talk about the reading. So, as I said, this is very direct, okay? Things are about to get shaking up. And what I see, it is probably the Tower card, not something that's going to be happening in a very bad way. No, as I said, this is not a prediction. This is a message from your higher self. And this is the energy, okay? So the Tower card is like a kind of an enlightenment. And enlightenments are not easy. Not easy to experience and understand. And here with this understanding, I guess you're going to realize your dreams. And for some of you, maybe there is going to be some kind of a that so-called bad scene thing, okay? Maybe this is going to be like at first, like, oh, this is bad, this cannot happen. We all can experience some kind of that, but after that, I guess you are going to see, that wasn't a bad thing actually. Interesting, actually. Yeah, that helped me to understand what I really want. So maybe it is like a breaking up, or maybe quitting a job, maybe moving from one city to another. And maybe at first you were like, yeah, this is hard, okay, this is hard. This is a very narrow pathway to walk on. But actually, no, my friend, it seems like actually a very, very long-held desire, dream, idea that you have is no longer going to be just a wish, but a redirection. Yeah, your life is actively moving towards, okay? It is like all of a sudden you are going to realize that, and you are going to be like, yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that thing. And here we see the children are building a snowman. So maybe this is something you are going to build by yourself, or maybe with some people that you really love, because we see you're not alone in this journey. So if you're alone, if you feel like lonely, maybe in your life generally, or just in your love life, doesn't matter. We see you are going to come together with a person that really speaks to your heart. That can be a lover, that can be a friend, that can be a family member, or a business partnership. Okay? Depends on your scenario, depends on your life. So we see there is a feeling of emotional, how can I say, ripeness, okay? Ripeness, like an apple, okay? Getting ripe or reap. it is getting, materialized. Yeah. And as I get, yeah, this is not just like, okay? This is timing, meeting, readiness, okay? This is, I guess, that kind of a thing. And I guess there is something nurturing in a very, very quiet way, finally begins to respond to your effort. Because as I said, you're going to build something, you're going to establish something. Yeah. And this fulfillment, because we see there is going to be a fulfillment, doesn't arrive in isolation. As I said before, this is going to come with different people, different collaborations, reunions. Yeah. Maybe some emotional alignment. Okay? Alignment, yeah. alignment with others play a key role. So people around you are also going to be very, very important this year, I guess. Yeah. And support appears when you allow yourself, okay, to soften, to meet new people halfway. And here with Tower and narrow pathway, I guess, yeah, you are going to stop carrying everything alone, and maybe everyone, okay? Maybe if there were some people that are a burden on your shoulder, maybe you are going to leave them behind in a very polite way or another. So, yeah. But as I said, obviously, the path forward is not wide, okay, or distracting. Yeah, it is hard to walk on, but it actually, because it is very narrow, it is also going to narrow your focus, okay, your focus, your target, your goal. Yeah, you are asked to make deliberate choices, yeah, to walk away from options that once felt safer but actually no longer feel true. Okay, so this year teaches you discernment. Okay, not every open door is yours to walk through. Okay, it doesn't mean that these doors are open. Yeah, I should walk into them, all of them. No, you are going to be picky, but in a very, how can I say, good way. Yeah, selective. Yeah, you are going to be selective. Yeah, and yeah, and as I said, the defining moment, I guess, and maybe for some of you this could be, yeah, an enlightenment on your birthday. On your birthday time, maybe you're actually turning on your 30s, okay? Believe me, her 30s hits different. You actually get to understand everything at once. So maybe, yeah, this is that kind of a thing, because there is no chance that shaking up thing, moment, realizing cannot be ignored. Okay, you are going to see that, you are going to realize that, and you are going to be like, aha, I finally find it. Yeah, and maybe, as I said, you are actually knowing it but not accepting it. Okay, yeah, so something you thought was stable maybe reveals its cracks, and what falls away does so suddenly. Okay, but understand this clearly. Okay, 2026 doesn't take from you what belongs to you. Okay, it doesn't take what is belongs to you. It removes what was built on compromise, illusion, or outdated versions of yourself, and maybe the things that are not essential, necessary for you right now. Okay, these are no good. When something lives our life with the Tower card, yeah, they need to go. Okay, they need to go. They weren't ours, or they weren't necessary. Okay, they weren't necessary. Yeah. So what remains after this shift is much more lighter, more honest. Okay, maybe someone is going to leave. Okay, so this is very this is going to be very honest and far more aligned with the life you are meant to grow into. Okay, so this year doesn't promise comforts actually, but what it promises is the truth, the honesty, the loyalty maybe. Okay, but everything is going to feel like real. Yeah. And I guess you're actually in that kind of a mood right now, okay? You are like, maybe, I am okay, I am done with this bull blah blah. Okay, I know if something doesn't make any sense, yeah, I am going to just finish them all, leave them behind. So, and through that truth, I guess, your dreams, your ideals, your goals, your, maybe wishes, okay, finally find solid ground to raise upon, grow upon, okay? You are going to raise that fruit, you are going to eat that, and I guess you are going to share that fruit with someone, okay? Maybe you are going to find your true purpose in this life, and the people around you also going to, how can I say, get benefit from it, okay? They're also going to be like, oh, thank you, thanks to you, I get to know that such a thing. Maybe you are going to offer a kind of a service. Maybe you are going to do your own entrepreneurship. And maybe you are going to provide people with the service, with the work that they need. And maybe they are actually, I guess for some of you, that means that they're actually very, how can I say, ready to give you money for that service. Yeah, because you're going to eat some kind of a fruit. So that means money. That means money. That means abundance. Yeah, so there is going to be much more abundance, but only if you're ready to shaking up things, my dear friends. I hope this reading finds you well, okay? And again, I wish you the best. So, if you love the reading the video, you can leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, say hi in the comments below, and I hope to see you in other readings as well. Until then, bye. Hi dear pile number 2, welcome back for your reading. I hope you are all having such an amazing time with me today. So, let's see your cards. You have chosen the body connection, reclaiming the power of your body. So, very strong root chakra effect, I guess. Oh, and the number is 16. I didn't realize that when I preparing the cards. Okay. Wizard of Awareness. If you feel like you are drawn to pile number 1 also, maybe you can go and listen to them, okay? Because some kind of similar topic, because it is about being aware of things, okay? Normally I was gonna pull just one from that deck, but 2 comes. I get them. Surrendering to the journey, release control, okay? Release control. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. And we see characters with staff. Yeah, that was the word. Staff here, magic wand or staff, you can say. So whenever we see staff or wand in people's hands, okay, in this kind of symbolism, you can think of like magician card in tarot, okay? Obviously that person is in charge and has lots of potential, lots of power, and they have power to, how can I say, make things real, powerful. So they are not passive, they are active people. They can change things, they can change the weather, they can, change all of the things. You can think like Harry Potter, okay? So if you have the wand, you have a power, okay? And the last but not the least, we have the Queen of Swords. This is a book club. Okay, this is a book club, and the lady is waiting all by herself. And there is a frog in her lap thing. So when we see a frog, it's like, yeah, a kind of, how can I say, transformation, but more like being refreshing yourself. So it says, don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. Yeah, it says you got the power, so why give them to others? I guess if you were silent, or how can I say, maybe more how can I say, if you are giving compromises to people, I guess you are going to get your power back. Okay, because reclaiming the power of your body, and don't you dare lower your voice for anyone, it is actually the same thing. And you have the want, you have the power, you have the strength to, choose your life and live your life as you wish. So, my dear friends, I guess 2026 begins by bringing you back into your body, okay? But not as something to control, okay? Not control, but as something to trust on, okay? Yeah, I guess this year ask you to listen to the signals. Maybe once you ignore, like being fatigued, feeling tension, yeah, maybe some kind of intuition or desire. This can be also. But if you have a pain, if you have some kind of an ache, okay, yeah, it says reclaiming your power stops the moment, okay? It starts the moment you stop overriding yourself, your body, and I guess also your mental, your how can I say, yeah, your mental, your mind. Yeah, maybe you work a lot, you study a lot, and maybe your body is so fatigued, but you don't get to rest. Maybe you don't have time to rest. Okay, I can totally know that feeling, because I also do the same thing. Yeah, but it is going to be like your body is going to be your compass again. Okay, this is going to be like a compass that directs you to listen to it. Yeah, maybe you are going to start on a diet that is more likely being like intuitive, okay, like intuitive eating. Maybe you are going to start doing some exercising practices, and maybe some body stretching movements that actually helps you to heal yourself, okay? But also it says you are going to feel a kind of an awareness. With this awareness comes a shift in your consciousness. So maybe with the help of your body signals, you are going to realize the places, maybe the people, maybe the things that are not good for you. You know, sometimes when we enter a room, we feel like, our energy is just drawn away, okay, drained away. Yeah, drained away. And we feel like, my head is aching, I have a headache, I have a stomach, I don't feel good, I don't feel like I am happy here. So don't miss this kind of signals, okay? When some place, some people, some things are not good for us, yeah, our body can tell us actually. Yeah, and On the contrary, when you sometimes go to a place, maybe meet with a friend that actually heals you just by sitting with them, just like being present in that place, you feel like, I get refreshed. I feel so healthy. I feel so happy, and my energy is just full. Okay? So don't miss this kind of signals. Yeah. So I guess you're also going to see more clearly. Yeah, not just situations, but also yourself within them, with these situations, handling them. Yeah. Old illusions dissolve quietly, and I guess you are going to recognize where you were overthinking instead of feeling, and where control was masking actually the fear. Yeah. Yes. Because, again, with the Queen of Swords, we begin to see things in a very, very clear way. And here we see that lady, that Queen of Swords, in a book club. So, it's book club like, yeah, I have read the book, but now let's discuss the book to understand it in a more detailed way. So I guess you are going to just realizing your body, your situations, your mind, your feelings, and the things around you, okay? Yeah, it is going to be like being much more mindful, yes, but also, how can I say, seeing all the things in a very clear way without any pushing it, okay, without any effort, maybe. Yeah. So, yeah, 2026 is teaching you to surrender, but not just like giving up, okay, but as releasing the resistance, okay? Releasing the resistance, the tension. You are not asked to abandon your path, only to stop forcing the pace, okay? Some things unfold faster when you actually loosen your grip, okay? When you loosen your grip, yeah, it happens in a very more faster way. So the journey ahead is not easy, but it is purposeful, okay? Progress feels slow at such times, like climbing upward without immediate rewards, maybe. But every little step is just building up endurance, clarity, and also self-respect, Here with the Queen of Swords, yeah, I guess this year you are going to be more like, yeah, I am self-respectful to myself. I get confidence. I am proud of myself. Yeah. Yeah, I guess this is going to be a year that you are going to be proud of yourself again. Yeah. So, what this year reminds you is that stopping is optional, but moving forward is essential. So, by the time you begin to reach your voice, maybe it is sharp, okay? But also, how was the word? Unapologetic. Yeah, I guess I pronounce it right. Yes. Unapologetic. Unapologetically being you. I'm sorry, English is not my native language. Yeah, being unapologetic. Because apologize, unapologizing. Never mind. I guess you understand it, okay? So, you no longer soften your truth or your voice to keep the peace. You speak with discernment, not cruelty, but you do not shrink yourself, okay? So 2026 marks the year you stop explaining yourself to those who benefit from your silence, okay? Maybe you are someone that always over explaining everything, because maybe you don't want to get misunderstood. But it says no, not this time, not this year. So also here we have a little owl, okay, very, very in tune with Queen of Swords, but also we see a lamp, a candle, yeah, candle lighting. It is like a lantern. It is like it is giving me hermit vibe with from tarot. So I guess this is going to be a very embodied wisdom year, okay? Conscious choice, quiet authority, yeah, all of them are just going to be embodied with each other. So you don't rush, you do not retreat, you rise, fully aware of who you are and what you will no longer compromise. Okay, my friends? Yeah, and maybe you are going to cut something or some people in your life without saying any apology. So we have number 3 and number 16. Maybe this could be important for your game. Okay, so this was your reading. I hope the best for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you do, say hi in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you in other readings as well. Until then, take care of yourself and bye. Pile number 3, welcome back for your reading. So, you have chosen the true voice, communicating with your truth. And the number is 37. If you feel like you were drawn to also pile number 2, you can also listen to them. Okay. Flying, number 20. Numbers could be important for you, like maybe like an age, 37, 20, or anything else. Rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present. Normally I was getting just one card from each deck, but you have 2 from this deck. Number 10, it's actually Wheel of Fortune, by the way. Good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast spell. Page of Wands. Just because you are passionate about it doesn't mean it will be effortless. So actually these are almost the same message, okay? You should do something, okay? It says you should do something. You should speak to your truth and you should do something. And doing that, you are going to clear your past and heal the present and maybe build your future. Okay, so let's talk about it. 2026, actually, okay, this is a really cute deck. So can you see? It invites you to speak, not louder, okay, but truer, in a more true way, in a more honest way, okay? You should be honest with yourself. This is the year, I guess you are going to stop filtering your words to be more, oh, I just bumped my hat to the light. Okay. I was saying, I guess this is the year that you are going to stop filtering your words to be more acceptable, okay? And I guess you are going to start communicating from a place, okay? From a place that feels aligned with your inner truth, okay? This is like she is entering in a kind of a cave, okay? And maybe this is her safe place. Let me just move my chair. Okay. So, when you speak honestly this year, I guess you are going to notice how much lighter you feel, okay? Because you are going to be set free from all of your burden, all of the heaviness that you were carrying all along. Yeah. And I guess there is going to be a sense of elevation, okay? Because we have the flying cards. Yeah. There is going to be an elevation around you. And is this like as if perspective itself shifts, okay? I guess you are going to rise above old narratives, old limits, maybe old belief systems, okay? Maybe old outdated thinking. And the versions of yourself that were shaped by the survival rather than desire, okay? And what once felt heavy no longer defines you. So I guess maybe for a couple of years you were on survival mode, maybe. And when you are in survival mode, you just, lower your voice, silence your inner truth. Yeah. And you cannot speak up for yourself, not just to others, but also to your own. Yeah. So I guess you are going to reset the system and go from, survival mode to, I am a person, I am a human being, I have desires, I have passions, I have ambition for this life. Yeah, I guess you are going to see that, because we see there is going to be a cleansing energy in 2026, but it is like the past is not erased, okay? It is not possible, yeah? But it is just going to be like released, yeah? It is going to be released. All the emotional residue washes away, and allowing the healing process, the healing, okay, feeling of healing to settle into the present moment. And I guess you are going to begin to act from clarity instead of just, reaction. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess you are going to be like, now I feel like, I am alive again. Maybe after a very hard year, maybe after hard years, maybe. Yeah. You are going to say, I feel like I am alive more than ever. And here we see luck turns into your light, but it is not like as a chance. The wheel here turns different because you choose differently, okay? Because it is because of you. Because in this card, in the book of that card, it says, there are some things in our life that we cannot control, but not everything. Some things are, even that they are smaller, maybe, we can still control some things. So begin to control them. So begin to realize your priorities, okay? Begin to make notes, make lists. What is important for you? What can you do for you? Okay, maybe small list of habits that you want to get used to. Okay, maybe some habits, some healthy habits, or some, being productive, a checklist. Yeah. You are going to choose that, okay? And here we see that girl make some kind of a charm in a shape of a necklace to wear, to remind herself that she can at least control one thing in her life. So I guess you're going to be like, yeah, I can actually control some things that are in my hand. Okay, not everything, obviously not everything, but some things can be in my control. So when things feel stagnant, you learn that intention and courage and ambition can redirect the momentum. Okay, and I guess you are going to realize you are not powerless. You are participatory. Okay, participatory. You are active in your own fate. Okay, you are actually how can I say, you are taking the wheel. It's like, yeah. And here, this is an extra card, but I guess this is really beautiful because it is actually in very tune with the rest of the reading and also the Wheel of Fortune card. This renewed sparks comes from enthusiasm, bold ideas, that things that makes you feel like, yeah, I am alive. I am feeling the blood that rushing into my veins. Okay, this is like that. So it is beautiful, but still 2026 or life itself still reminds you to stay grounded. Can you see? We see lots of roses in her hands. Okay, it is like her passions, her ambitions, her ideas maybe, and she put some tape on them to stick them onto the wall. Yeah, to stick them onto the wall. So actually she's trying to control them. She's trying to control things. But it is like being, yeah, grounded actually. And I guess passion is going to fuel you, okay? Fuel, but I mean energize, okay? Fuel, energize, yeah, activates you, energize you. But effort, okay, the effort that you have is going to carry you forward. So I guess you are going to see that, yeah, if I want to have the things in my life as I wish, I have to do the effort. So I cannot sit down and wait for things to just get well or go in their way, okay? But you are going to be like, yeah, I am gonna make a candle. I am gonna make a list of the things I want to do. And yeah, I just do that. So this year, not about easy wins, okay? Not easy gains. No, it is about very inspired, very creative action, honest expression, okay? And trusting that movement itself creates opportunities. Yeah. And you can begin again, not in a naive way, but in a very, very awake, self-aware way. Yeah. You are going to see the world. I guess you are going to travel a lot in this year, okay? Maybe you are going to fly from one country to another. Yeah. Because here again, we have the Wheel of Fortune, so we can see travels. But as I said, these are your wishes. And it is going to begin when you feel like, yeah, I can do that. I can say that, you know. No, if a baby doesn't cry, it can't get what it wants, okay? If a baby doesn't cry, we cannot know that it needs food, okay? Maybe another thing. So it is like crying our voice, crying out loud, but in a very, very honest way. So I hope the best for you. The numbers are 10. Okay, here we have 10, 20, and 37. Maybe this could be important for you as well. So dear pile number 3, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel, say hi in the comments below, and I hope to see you in other readings as well. Until then, take care of yourself and bye.